Welcome, friends. This is the Corona Aster Alchemy community, and I'm so glad to be back. I've had a little break, and yeah, just so good to be here with you all in this Young Wood Dragon year, and now in this Young Earth Dragon month of April. And I want to talk about the solar eclipse that happened today. So I'm a little late getting this video out, but I wanted to get it out anyway. I just shared this similar transmission over the weekend in community with the Cosmic Pulse drumming community in my local area. That's really wonderful. So if you are local, if you haven't already been involved, I would love to see you there. And yeah, you can find out more about them. I'll put a link below to check them out. But yeah, so we are in this. I'm going to go back and forth between the Western and Chinese astrology because I do both. But we again are in this wood dragon year, and we're now in the season of spring, which is also governed by wood. So much wood energy going on. It's all about expansion, growth, and the young wood is especially really creative and optimistic. And so, of course, the dragon itself is this mythical creature and it can fly and it can see these great possibilities. It's benevolent, it's generous, it's really shows us our limitless potential to fly to our greatest heights. And so, that's really an invitation, of course, for the whole year, but also for this month. And while it is a very intense month with the energies, and I'm sure we've been feeling it, I know quite a few of you have, and it was an intense day for me. It's been intense the last few days leading up to this eclipse, and we'll still be continuing to feel this energy for a couple more weeks. So we're not through it yet, but I hope that it's going okay for you. And I want to say too that I really hope that you reach out for supports to your team of healers, to anyone that can support you. I'm here for you. It's just going to be an important time to do that because there is a lot of intense energy, and the young earth can be a little bit of a stubborn energy too. And like I said, that's the element of this month. And so we definitely don't want to try to be too independent. Again, that the dragon can also be overly independent. We are also having this whole stellium in Aries, so I think it's like 6 planets in or 7 in Aries that are really creating a lot of us wanting to be this rugged individual. And while, there's great things to be learned on our own, and we do need to be going inwards during this Mercury retrograde time too. And with this Mars in Pisces, really, looking and feeling into, excuse me, these things, we are going to, I'm gonna have to take a drink of water. One moment. We are just definitely going to have to, yeah, not only think about like the Aries qualities of having that courage and, um, going out and being assertive and taking action and being that pioneer, but we do need to, temper that with that reflection time and just going easy on ourselves. And it's time for review and to revise things as well. So that's going to be important. But yeah, that independence, that fierce independence that both the dragon and Aries have, and those are the two bigger energies that we're playing with at this time, are going to possibly force us to think that we have to go it alone when we really need to make sure that we always are, really looking for support from community because we always need that. And that is definitely something I've been leaning into more. And I hope you are too. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that we were very gentle with ourselves during this season because, there's this Chiron that's conjunct this solar eclipse. And so, of course, again, I'm sure we've been probably feeling it for the last week or so. We'll continue to feel it where we may be getting triggered and just different old wounds, and some of those original wounds are coming up. And they are coming up, of course, for us to heal and to work through. And to continue to be the better people that we can be, because, as we grow, then we can be that much better in community together and collectively. I know many of us hope to be living in a world where we are in this more collective energy, where we're just more supportive and supported, and there just isn't all the strife and the pettiness and ridiculousness that we all know all too well that we have, endured for so long. And again, my heart is just so full from that Cosmic Pulse drumming community here in Boise that I was in. Just feeling the energy of all these other people that really, I think a lot of us are on the same page, and um, certainly it's different than getting to the point where we're all living in some kind of more community eco village style or something, but it's a really beautiful step in that direction. And so, I'm bringing this up because the dragon again is just looking at all the possibilities of, what we can be bringing into this time, but, what are we bringing into the greater world? Because as we're healing ourselves, again, we're healing community, we're really expanding and thinking of this great possibility of what we can and what we want to be and what we want to have. So this is a huge year. We just got into this year in February, so we're only a couple months into it. We went into it with all the planets going forward. So now we of course, like I said, have Mercury retrograde, but really went from way different energies. And so some of us may be feeling a bit tired, or maybe just, definitely we're going to be feeling some probably lack of energy or exhaustion from this eclipse, and just from the last few months of, just going forward in a great big bold new way that is the dragon. And we came out of this rabbit year, a yin water rabbit year, that was just, very, very different energies, very mellow, very much about being at home, and so there's there's that whole thing as well that we are shifting from, still, I believe. And we just are really moving into spring. And so, yeah, that energy can really go up to our head and can sometimes make us a little bit hot tempered or hot headed, especially with this Aries energy too. So definitely we want to watch out and try not to be reactive at this time. There's also this Mars conjunct Saturn, which is really tough energy. It again can bring up a lot of warrior and some of those lower octave energies of both Saturn and Mars. They're both called the greater malefics, and they can be a little not even tempered. So we may be seeing that more collectively. So just noticing that, but also, we just really want to continue to be very conscious of trying not to react, especially as Mercury is retrograde. We can't take back our words. We can't take back the things that we write, that we text, that we say. So, take a deep breath and try to be the better person always, because it's just it is something that obviously we've all been through, where we've said something and we have regrets, and we don't want to be doing that during this time. And it definitely could happen with Mercury retrograde too. So just be conscious that people uh, may misspeak, they may not get your message, they may interpret something wrong. And so it's always just all about communicating and continuing to communicate better. And I'm just such a huge proponent of communicating, and I'm a high communicator. So, but it's really the key in the doorway to greater intimacy, no matter who that relationship is with. So, it's a really beautiful invitation to continue to hone those skills as well. But yeah, so I also want to talk about let's see. So there's also a couple other energies that are really important at this time. And um, I'm going to pause for just one moment to collect my thoughts, see where I'm going here. Well, so okay, we've got another dragon theme going on, and so that's with the Aries North Node, and that is the direction that we are going collectively. And so we are going towards this dragon head. Then the head of the dragon is the North Node, the tail of the dragon is the South Node, and so we're moving away from the South Node in Libra energy, which is Libra being ruled by Venus. It's about beauty and the lovely things in life, but it's also those easy things. And so it could be that we have wanted to, and or we may still want to, fall back on taking the easy way with things, but that's not going to help us in whatever it is that we are really trying to move through at this time. And so, as you can reflect on what it is that you're being more triggered about with the Chiron energies, and of course, this is also going to depend on so many other factors in your chart that you need to get, obviously a more specific reading, or, look to your houses where these different things are playing out to get, a greater clue. But in general, so with the North Node going in Aries, we want to be stepping into this courage of finding a way to work through these issues better than we have in the past. And since we just came out of the Libra full moon, we were releasing patterns that had to do more with relationship, maybe not completely relationship based, but some way that we are imbalanced in life. So a lot of that could have been how we relate to others. There may have been even relationships that fell away in your life, but it is, about us looking at how we can do better so that we can, move forward in this more courageous way through whatever it is that is shifting. And so that again is, some of these patterns that are really painful. And so I do hope that you're getting your supports. I know I've been definitely in this time of getting more support. I went back to therapy myself, which has been really lovely to have someone supporting me in that way. Um, and getting some other, getting neurofeedback actually as well. So as well as the therapy that I do. So I continue to get that. Or get a massage from a friend, so getting these different supports is going to be really key to yeah, finding this courage. Also, we always find that, it's usually, maybe a couple days after the new moon that you may feel more of that energy. And so just following that intuitive hunches or whatever's kind of coming to you, if you don't really know where this new seedling invitation is coming and what direction you're needing to go, it will percolate in. So just give yourself some grace and time. That sometimes more of the new moon energy is actually just being in that void. And so you may just need to just do more meditation and stillness, and or maybe that's, hiking or walking meditations, whatever that may be. But just, feeling into this and maybe even recognizing that you may still be releasing. I know I was feeling and still doing a lot of releasing today during this new moon eclipse. So, it could still be a thing where you may have more recognition of more ways to courageously release something. And that may be the new seedling, new moon intention as well. Yeah. And then we have, um, besides, oh, so we have the Uranus and Jupiter conjunction. And this is also a really big, unexpected events, but also, Jupiter brings big blessings. It's big, benevolent energy. And so what we often find with the eclipse energy is that, maybe may not see or know what is actually going to happen from this specific eclipse for like another couple months, or it could be up to 6 months typically afterwards. So even though it may not feel like anything huge is happening in your life now, just start to take notice of, from the past few weeks and the next couple weeks going forward, or actually the last past month, if there was any, since we've been in this eclipse portal. And we had that lunar eclipse on the 25th of March. And then the 2 weeks before that, we were feeling that energy leading up. So, like I said, yeah, we've been feeling this energy for over a month. And So we really want to feel into the ways that, what am I trying to say here? So, yeah, I did lose my train of thought. Okay, so with the energies here, one moment. Don't know why, but okay, so I was trying to say that we need to know to take note of any people or important events or invitations or things that have taken place. And, even if it doesn't, we may not really recognize what could be important until later on. And so this could be a really great time to journal so that that way you can go back and say, oh, okay, this was the thing that really shifted during this time for me. And of course, again, just some of us are going to be more impacted by certain eclipses more than others. And yeah, you'll obviously know if it's impacting you because you'll be on an emotional roller coaster most likely, and or have, bigger events, and sometimes they're very difficult and challenging. So as I'm always talking about, definitely get out and do your earthing. So getting your hands on a tree if it's really cold outside and you're not ready to get your feet on the grass, but otherwise walking around barefoot on the grass is so healing. If you can do it for at least a couple minutes to 5 minutes is ideal to really get that good energy in. Otherwise, like I said, holding on to a tree would be the next thing. And also doing tapping is such a great thing. There's tons of free videos out there, of course, but I also offer that in my coaching. So that is another support that I have for you. But um, yeah, and I also do Chinese astrology natal readings. So if you would like to get that, I will also put my link below, but definitely just reach out and we can schedule that for you. So super fun because most people think that their main their main animal is often their year pillar, which is the year that you were born. Most people think that's their main animal, and that's actually not. It's your actual day pillar animal that is the main animal. We call that the day master. So, anyway, it's always fun to share that with people, and of course, all the other elements and animals and the different gifts and ways that you bring in strengths for yourself and your community. So, love to share that with you. And so, yeah, so I think we are going to be getting a big blessing really from this Jupiter and Uranus conjunction, but it can be also surprising, unexpected events. And of course, collectively, this can show up in sometimes more unexpected ways, or especially with the Mars conjunct Saturn, that's kind of again going to be interesting to see what will happen in the coming weeks, especially for those of us that are in the path of the eclipse, which is going over Mexico, the United States, and Canada. So we will definitely be seeing and feeling that more. We'll be seeing changes in leadership most likely. So definitely watch for that. And I guess I just want to leave us with, the following thoughts about this dragon energy, because also in the Chinese metaphysics, we see that again, I mean, I think it's already pretty noted that it's an intense energy month with April having this second eclipse, but also uh, this month has double energies. And so it just really, again, is going to intensify things. And so that's why I've taken some extra time to say again, just be really gentle with yourself. And but I think that one of the things that we want to really think about with the dragon too is that it relates to the tarot card of the magician, and that again, it's just this is the invitation to believe in the magic and the power that we have, and that we are the powerful creators that we want to be. And I have definitely been feeling this, but also the dragon can get very easily disillusioned and or easily disappointed when things are not going their way, because they are such great leaders and they are so ambitious, and they are just so passionate and about excellence in everything they do. And so we are collectively in that energy, especially this month. And so we are going to want to just be our best. And then we may be just so, sad when we aren't, getting the results right away. So really just finding those ways to take note of what is working and what is going well and just keep taking those steps on that path because if you have a dream, if you have a vision, you'll get there. And I certainly am working through this, like I said, this dragon energy a little bit of already feeling some disillusionment in my life and ways that things aren't going as well as I would like, but also um, with this Mars Saturn conjunction, I almost forgot to say this, that it's really helping us to look at the things that we've been putting off and that we need to do. And so there is something probably to be looked at. And I know what that is for me. And so that is another invitation with this new moon energy to go towards doing that thing that you don't really want to do. And some of those things that, it's just Saturn stuff, it's the responsibilities, of adulting that um, a lot of us don't like to do. But it needs to be done. And so there could be something you've been putting off, really leaning into that. But again, just really, I want to leave you with the following message of just believing in yourself and that great vision and possibilities that you are capable of and that you are bringing to the world. And again, we can only be so great as a collective as we are individually. And so I just really want to honor you for the path and the work that you are doing. I really felt this last week, leading up to the eclipse. I was just driving one day and I was in traffic and I was just feeling into the collective energy and just feeling like, people are in a really good place. Like people are on track and doing their work. And, maybe that's not everybody, but it's a lot of us and it's palpable. And I just felt like there was a little bit more ease there for a day. Just collectively, that was what I was picking up on anyway. And I just really honor that you are one of those people that are doing the work. I know that people that find these kinds of videos that are into astrology, they care deeply for the earth and for others and community, and they want to better themselves. So thank you for doing that work and for listening to your guidance and for following your heart. And thank you for, again, being here, liking, and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And please share this with somebody if you think it would be helpful. Thank you for your patience with my little cough and my little mind blip this evening. But I'm here and I'm real and imperfectly perfect. So blessings to all of you. Again, hit the like button, and I will really make an effort to be on here more often in some shorter videos. It's so good to be back. Thank you. Have a great day and a great week.